You shouldn't question yourself because another person is not able to say thank you. That's not how it should work. And it was just so interesting for me to see an adult, an elderly person still struggling with these things. Hi, welcome back. New hair, who this? I had to cut off my hair, but this is not the topic today. A few days ago, I was able to really learn something new again. And I think this is the most beautiful thing when we interact with strangers or when we reflect and spend time with ourselves, that we are really able to deeply take in what we experienced and what we took away from a simple exchange. The main thing that I learned is that just because you're growing older doesn't mean that you become wiser. Just because you take on age doesn't mean that you take on knowledge or that you were able to heal from things that you have experienced in the past and that it will not happen again. I don't mean it in a way where I'm saying that, oh, bad things will always happen. No, I mean that the dumb mistakes you made in the past or the ways you put yourself down, unless you actually take time to reflect, it will repeat itself. So, a week ago, I was wearing my dirndl and I just got back from the Oktoberfest and I was in a store and just buying something to drink before going home. So this woman, this old woman, this grandma stops me and I thought that maybe she wanted to tell me how nice my dinner looks or my earrings, because I had a lot of people telling me how pretty it is. And it was a pretty dinner. Like it is a pretty nice, dang nice dinner. But instead, she started with, "Can I stop you for a moment?" I said yes. And instead of telling me, I don't know, like, "Oh, I like your dinner," blah blah blah, whatever, she started asking me, "Where are you from?" I was a bit wary. I was like, okay, what's gonna come now? Because she followed that up by, "Are you from South Africa?" And I was just so confused. But I thought she seems really nice. Let her speak. I don't know where this is going. I have time. Let's go. So she started telling me that for the past 10 years in her church, in the church she's in, there are a lot of Eritrean people who have come, and she's been helping this specific guy, like a few of them, but the specific guy for the past 10 years with papers, language, anything. And he is now getting married. The thing is, a lot of people from different parts of Germany are coming or have come to this marriage, and also from Switzerland and stuff, she told me. I was wondering, okay, what is the problem? And then she tells me, but she's not invited. And what's worse for her was that he then told her that he does not want any contact with her anymore. And you could see how hurt she was. She basically, it was a longer discussion, but she kept on telling me how she really tried to help, be helpful, even with the preparations and everything. And she was so confused because they told her that these festivities are for the community. You're not invited. And she was so confused. And then asked me indirectly. I knew that this was the real question she had. I was like, "And you're feeling sad?" She was like, "Yes. Did I do something wrong? Did I do something for them to not want me to be a part of it? Isn't it also a bit mean to not invite me because I'm not from Eritrea?" And to be honest, I do not know both sides, especially because then he ended up breaking off the contact that he had with her. But I was really able to see myself in her in a way. It reminded me of my past self. It reminded me of the Jennifer who constantly did things and wanted to be appreciated, wanted to be liked, loved, invited. I was her in so many instances of my life growing up. And I always felt so bad. I always felt like I had to put up this persona, find the ways that this is how people will like you. Be kind, go the extra mile for people so they will like you, so they will thank you, they will appreciate you, they will want you to be close to them. And it was painful because I also had instances where I was not invited. Well, I was not invited for the simplest things like going shopping with friends or going to the cinema, going wherever, and I felt left out a lot. I felt like, but I gave you so much. And in that moment, when I talked to her, after reflecting on what I said, which I will share with you right away, I was able to understand, first of all, I've grown so much. And second of all, yes, I have changed. I'm not this person anymore. And it's a bit selfish also. So I told her, hey, at the end of the day, did you act based on your values? And she said yes. And I basically told her that the most important thing for you is to go with your values. There are bad people everywhere in the world, good and bad. There are people who will never be able to appreciate the good you have brought into their lives. It doesn't mean that you're doing bad. It doesn't mean that what you did is pointless. You have done something that is in accordance with who you are, with your true self, which is being kind, which is being a human being that helps others. You can be proud of yourself. You don't need to wait for others to tell you did well. When you showed them kindness, we keep on constantly waiting for others to want us to be in their lives because we're doing so good. I was so kind to you. I did this, and that for you. But sometimes this is not what another person is looking for. And to be honest, do you actually want to be friends with people who are not able to see the good things that you are doing? And I'm not saying that friendships should be bought. They shouldn't. We should just be kind to each other in general. But at the end of the day, she will always be able to be proud of what she did, of who she is, of the person she was in that situation. And there will be other people who will be able to greatly benefit from her kindness. And she should not stop. But she shouldn't be doing things to get something in return. She should be doing things for the sake of doing them because it aligns with who she is, with her values. And this is something I was able to learn. People won't always be able to comprehend the things you have done for them because they might not see it that way. And it's fine. It's okay. We are not on this earth to constantly seek other people's validation and appreciation. Yes, it is nice. It is. But it's even nicer when you go home and know, I did well today. It's even better when you go home and are able to say, I acted in line with the person that I want to be. It got me thinking because this woman, I think she was probably in her 70s, like 70s, 80s. At least she looked really old. And this is not to say something negative about being old. Like, we're all gonna get older, hopefully. But it's more like she's struggling with something so I don't want to say that it's small, but in a sense it's really logical to think about it that way. You're doing something good and yet people are not able to appreciate it. It's not nice. Move on. Don't question yourself, because she was questioning herself. She was wondering, like, did I do something wrong? Am I bad? Should I not have done it? Did I overstep? And stuff like that. And yeah, of course, all these things could be true, but if they don't communicate it with you, how would you know? And it's good to reflect, but you shouldn't question the good you have tried to do, in a sense. You shouldn't question yourself because another person is not able to say thank you. That's not how it should work. And it was just so interesting for me to see an adult, an elderly person still struggling with these things that you struggle with when you're a teenager, when you're a young adult. And not to say that you're not allowed to struggle with these things, but it just made me realize these things will keep on happening as long as we do not reflect and put a hold on it. And it, not a hold in a way where you shouldn't help, as I said before, but a hold on, I'm not doing this to get something from you. I'm not doing this to get your love, your appreciation, your validation. I'm doing this because it feels right. And it made me really realize we all need, but I need to spend more time just reflecting, spend more time just compartmentalizing things, like really reflecting on past things too and reframing them, because every time similar things have happened to me, it doesn't mean that I'm bad, that I'm unworthy, that I will never be able to be loved fully or seen fully. It's, I was in line with who I am and I can be proud of myself and I will keep growing. I might have made mistakes and I can reflect on the mistakes and do it better the next time, because at the end of the day, one of my values is wanting to help others, wanting to do good. And this is all that matters. Life is too short to let yourself be put down by others not being able to see what you're doing. And it will happen and happen and happen again. So what? Just because another person does not recognize the good I have done doesn't mean that it's less good. Obviously not. I qualify what I do. And I'm not talking about you doing some dumb stuff like dumb shit, and then people tell you, hey, that was fucked up. No. I'm talking about people actually doing good things and not being appreciated for them. Good will still remain good. And it might change from view to view, but if you were able to actually help someone, is this something bad? I don't think so. I think we need to, I specifically need to get to a point where it just go with the values and don't go with the thing you will get in return, the love you will get in return. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video with my new friend. I don't have a name yet, but I just want to bring more joy into my life. Anyway, see you soon. Bisous, à plus. À la plus. À plus. Bisous, à plus.